Have you ever wondered how the evolution of automobiles has transformed the way we live and move? Let's take a leap back in time, to the late 1800s, the dawn of automobiles. This was an era marked by innovation, creativity, and the indomitable spirit of human invention. At the heart of this revolution was the birth of the internal combustion engine, a remarkable innovation that would forever change the face of transportation. But it wasn't a smooth ride. Early designs were fraught with challenges. They were noisy, unreliable, and often dangerous. Yet the potential was undeniable, and the visionaries of the time pressed on. Among these visionaries was a man named Carl Benz. Now, if you're a car enthusiast, that name might ring a bell. Yes, that's right. The same Carl Benz who would later co-found the luxury car brand Mercedes-Benz. But before all that, in 1886, Carl Benz introduced the world to the first gasoline-powered automobile. This was no ordinary invention. It was a three-wheeled vehicle, powered by a one-cylinder four-stroke engine. It was rudimentary, to say the least, with a top speed of a mere 10 miles per hour. But it was a start. The challenges were many. Early automobiles were far from perfect. They were expensive, making them accessible only to the wealthy. They lacked power, making long-distance travel a daunting task. And let's not forget the lack of paved roads, making even the shortest journey an adventure. Yet these challenges didn't hinder progress. They spurred it. As with any great invention, the birth of the automobile was met with skepticism and resistance. But it wasn't long before the motor car began to capture the public's imagination. The early automobile changed the world in ways that its inventors could never have predicted. It transformed industries, reshaped cities, and redefined the concept of personal freedom. The invention of the automobile was just the beginning. It set the stage for rapid advancements and innovations. And as we'll see, this was just the first chapter in a story that continues to unfold with each new era of automotive history building on the achievements of the last. How did automobiles go from being a luxury item to a household necessity? The answer lies in a significant shift that happened in the early 20th century, a period known as the mass production era. An era defined by the genius of one man, Henry Ford. Ford introduced the concept of assembly line production to the automobile industry. This was a game changer. The assembly line was a method where parts were added to the vehicle in a sequential, specific order as it moved along a conveyor belt. This method of production was not only efficient but also cost-effective. It drastically reduced the time taken to manufacture a single car from 12.5 hours to just about 93 minutes. This meant more cars could be made in less time. The introduction of the assembly line had a profound impact. It revolutionized the automobile industry by making cars affordable and accessible to the average consumer. Before this era, cars were seen as an extravagant luxury, only attainable by the wealthy. But Ford's innovation changed that. Cars were now within reach of the average American, transforming them from a luxury item to a common household necessity. An iconic example of this era was the Ford Model T, launched in 1908. The Model T was the first car to be mass-produced using the assembly line technique. It was simple, durable, and above all, affordable. The Model T was not just a car, it was a symbol of affordable mobility for the masses. It opened up new opportunities, changed the way people lived, worked, and traveled. The mass production era was a pivotal time in the evolution of automobiles. It fundamentally changed our relationship with cars and set the stage for the further advancement of the industry. The mass production era democratized mobility, but the quest for speed, comfort, and safety was just heating up. What did the post-war era mean for the automobile industry? Let's dive right into it. As World War II drew to a close, the world was in a state of transformation. The automobile industry was no exception. The post-war boom brought about a surge in car production, driven by the pent-up demand of returning soldiers and a thriving economy. But there was something else afoot. A new breed of vehicle was emerging, born out of a growing need for speed and power. This was the dawn of the American muscle car. Muscle cars were more than just vehicles. They were a symbol of freedom, power, and rebellion. They were a tangible expression of the American dream, a dream that was now within reach thanks to the economic prosperity of the post-war era. Under the hood of these beasts lay large V8 engines, designed for maximum power and speed. Names like the Mustang, the Camaro, the Charger became synonymous with raw power and a bold, audacious style. They roared down highways, leaving a trail of adrenaline and envy in their wake. The need for speed didn't just influence the engines, it seeped into every aspect of car design and engineering. Sleek lines, wide tires, and aggressive grills became the hallmark of these roaring beasts. Cars were no longer just a means of transportation, they were a statement, a testament to the human spirit's insatiable desire for power and freedom. But it wasn't all about speed and power. Muscle cars were also about innovation. Engineers pushed the boundaries of what was possible, pioneering new technologies and design principles that would define the automobile industry for decades to come. As the 60s rolled into the 70s, the muscle car era began to wane, making way for a new era defined by efficiency and environmental consciousness. But the legacy of these powerful machines lives on, reminding us of a time when speed and power ruled the open road. The muscle car era showcased the power and potential of automobiles, but the next era would be defined by efficiency and environmental consciousness. How did the automobile industry respond to the increasing environmental concerns and oil crises? As we ventured further into the late 20th century, the automobile industry underwent a considerable shift. The era was marked by a heightened awareness of environmental issues and the reality of finite fossil fuel resources. These factors, coupled with the oil crises in the 70s, fostered a shift towards more fuel-efficient and environmentally friendly vehicles. Car manufacturers faced new challenges. They had to reassess their approach to car design and manufacturing, with a new focus on efficiency and sustainability. These concerns led to significant technological advancements and innovations. The vehicles of this era were no longer just about speed, power, and luxury. They were now about how far you could travel on a single tank of gas, or even without gas at all. Enter the era of hybrid and electric cars. The hybrid car, a fusion of a conventional internal combustion engine and an electric motor, offered a solution to the fuel efficiency problem while still providing the range and power drivers were accustomed to. However, the real game changer was the electric car. Initially, electric cars were seen as a lofty ideal. A car that produced zero emissions, it seemed too good to be true. But with advances in battery technology and increasing environmental consciousness, electric cars started to become a viable alternative. Manufacturers like Tesla pushed the boundaries of what was possible, creating electric cars that didn't just match their petrol counterparts, but in many ways, outperformed them. The electric car revolution was not just about efficiency and environmental friendliness, but also about redefining what a car could be. This shift towards efficiency and sustainability was not just a trend, but a necessity. It was a response to the world's changing needs and an acknowledgement of the automobile's impact on the environment. The shift towards efficiency and sustainability marked a significant turning point in the automobile industry. This shift opened up new pathways for innovation and transformed our understanding of what a car could be. Not just a means of transportation, but a part of the solution to our environmental challenges. What does the future hold for the automobile industry? This question is on everyone's mind as we hurtle towards a horizon filled with technological advancements and innovations. Historically, the automobile industry has been a hotbed of innovation, and the future promises to be no different. One of the most significant developments we are witnessing is the rise of electric vehicles. Once considered a niche market, electric vehicles are now becoming mainstream, promising a future where our reliance on fossil fuels is significantly reduced. These vehicles, powered by electricity, are more energy efficient, produce zero tailpipe emissions, and offer a smoother and quieter ride. And the ongoing advancements in battery technology promise even longer ranges and shorter charging times, making electric vehicles an increasingly practical and attractive option for many. Another groundbreaking innovation is autonomous driving technology. Imagine a future where your car drives you. This isn't science fiction anymore. It's becoming a reality. Autonomous vehicles use advanced sensors, artificial intelligence, and machine learning to navigate, make decisions, and react to unexpected situations. This technology has the potential to drastically reduce traffic accidents, increase efficiency, and revolutionize the concept of personal mobility. But the impact of these advancements extends beyond just the way we drive. Electric and autonomous vehicles are set to transform our cities and our lives. They could reshape urban landscapes by reducing the need for large parking spaces, lead to cleaner air, and provide increased mobility for the elderly and people with disabilities. Moreover, connected and autonomous vehicles could change how we spend our time during travel, opening up possibilities for work, entertainment, or rest. The future of automobiles, therefore, is not just about faster or more efficient cars, it's about creating a more sustainable, accessible, and connected world. And as we stand on the brink of this exciting new era, one thing is clear. The evolution of automobiles continues to drive us towards a future of unprecedented mobility and connectivity.